a minute. You can probably tell by how big my fro is now. Yeah, I think it's been about 6 or 7 months since I've done an update or even updated my blog, period, which is ridiculous. But I started rehearsals. I just closed the show. I was doing Dreamgirls. I was playing Dina Jones in Dreamgirls.
We are dream girls, boys will make it happy, yeah.
And we closed on Sunday, and literally that has been my life for the past 4 months. We started rehearsal and I had all these ideas and plans of things that I was gonna do like during the day, before shows, and got into the process and I was like, I have no energy to do anything. So that's what I've been doing. And also another reason that it took me so long to do an update is because honestly I was ashamed because my skin has not been doing so great. I'm gonna get into that in more detail, obviously. Yeah, in the last video I talked about, you know, starting a more plant-based diet and really like buckling down and trying to get, you know, all of these flares under control. And I picked the worst time ever to try and do something like that because I was, you know, my life was taken over by Dreamgirls. So to attempt a whole lifestyle change in the middle of that was just not realistic. I actually did. I remember back in April, there were like 2 or 3 days of rehearsal where I wasn't really eating meat and I was miserable. I was hangry, I was moody, just mad all the time. And I was like, what is going on with me? Am I PMSing? And then I realized, oh yeah, you're not eating meat. So I started eating meat again. Honestly, just in the whole rehearsal process, which I'm learning happens in my life when I'm overwhelmed or tired, when there's a lot going on in my life, I pay less attention to my diet, which is ironic because that's really the time when I should be paying the most attention to it so that I'm fueled to, you know, do all the things that I have to do. But my diet kind of took a back seat and I got real lax with it. I had family in town and gluten-free what? Dairy-free who? But just overall, you know, I had less energy to cook, less energy to prepare. And you know what they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And yeah, so I wasn't doing so great. But the show is over and I have my life back. And so I have more time to focus on what I need to do in order to heal my body. So recently I watched What the Health. I'm sure a lot of you have. And like I said in the last video, I was talking about maybe adopting a more plant-based lifestyle or eating like, you know, Dr. Sebi suggests that we eat. And it's kind of been this thing that keeps coming back into my life. And I've been vegan before, I've done it before. But it's this thing that keeps coming back into my life where I keep getting like little reminders or like little hints that like maybe this is what you should try. But the thing that I realized about me is that if I'm not fully ready to commit to something, I'm not gonna do it. And so even though I kept getting the ideas to do it, deep down I didn't want to, because I was like, I don't want to give up meat. I'm already dairy free, I'm already gluten free, like I'm trying to be grain free. If I give up meat, what am I gonna eat? The biggest thing in my mind was it's an inconvenience. You know, if I want to go out with friends to eat, like I have to be like, oh well, you know, are there any options for me? Or I don't want to just be stuck getting a salad anytime I go out, or just not going out, or, which I've done before recently, just sit there while everybody else eats and just smile like, hey guys, yeah. So I think the biggest reason why I didn't want to do it was because it was an inconvenience to my life. But after watching What the Health, it was kind of like another big reminder, another hint that like, Lauren, you know, this is what you should try. I started topical steroid withdrawal in 2014. I went back on, I started the Dr. Aron Method a year ago. And what I've been doing isn't working. And the definition of insanity is continuing to do the same thing but expecting different results. And so finally, I just came to terms with myself and I was like, Lauren, you have to do something different. It's time to do something different no matter how inconvenient it is, how hard it is. If I want a change, if I want to be healthy, if I want to be the best me that I can be, then I need to do it. So after watching With the Health, I've slowly been cutting meat out of my diet. The other thing that I have a tendency to do is, if I get an idea, like when I started the GAPS diet, I just like dived in head first without doing the research, without figuring out what I was doing. And in the middle of the diet, I was like, why isn't this working? Why am I doing all these things wrong? Because I didn't know what I was doing, because I didn't do my research. I didn't ease into it. So with adopting a plant-based lifestyle, I've been allowing myself to ease into it instead of just being like, no more meat, like it's over. If I have the urge to eat meat, if I feel like I need, because like I said, the time when I cut out meat for like 2 days and I was hangry all the time, if I feel like I'm hangry and it's because I need meat, I allow myself to eat it. But honestly, I've been eating meat like maybe once or twice a week. I think it's going well. My skin seems to be clearing up. My skin also might be flaring from when my family was in town. That was a while ago, but maybe it was just a lot of things built up and finally my skin was just like, I can't take it anymore. So I don't know. But my skin seems to be clearing up. I feel a lot better. And another thing that I already knew about myself, I noticed a while ago when I eat red meat, I have a different body odor. Like when I sweat, it's like this horrible like funk that I get. But when I don't eat meat, I don't stink. So honestly, I haven't been wearing deodorant because I don't need to anymore. So I think that's a good sign. But anyways, back to how my skin is doing. It's just still going through the stages of flaring and calming down and flaring and calming down. And like I said, I think my diet is a huge part of that, and it's just time to try something different so that I can be healthier. So yeah, I've been using calamine lotion along with the ointment that Dr. Aron prescribed, and that seemed to calm my skin down. I was using it for about like a week or 10 days, and now I'm just back to using the ointment. I'm on 3 applications a day, just 2 on my face. Dr. Aron did recommend that, well, not recommend, but he said that I need to use just an undiluted steroid on the areas of my body that get hit with eczema really badly, like my hands here, like it's real rough, and yeah. But honestly, I should follow directions. Using an undiluted steroid cream terrifies me because I was terrified to even go on the Aron Method, and here I am a year later still flaring. And it seems to be clearing up now that I've been more strict about my diet. So I'll get the steroid cream, but I'm gonna wait and see if my skin calms down on its own first, because I just really, like I said, that just terrifies me. Like I went through topical steroid withdrawal for like, was it 2 years? Like 2 years before I started the Aron Method, and now I'm here. And I just don't want to do anything that's gonna set me back. But yeah, I'm gonna show you what's going on with my skin now, and I'll stop rambling. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at how my skin is doing. Nice and close and personal. My forehead, I got some pimples, but it looks a little darker. The skin is still, in my opinion, it's still not normal. My eyelids have always been dark, little wrinkles and whatnot. This area, you know, still dark. Yeah. My neck has been driving me crazy. You can see what's going on here. Broke the skin there. It's been itching really badly. Just right here, this area, a little patch on my shoulder. I also got some on my ear, I think. Yeah, that's the right ear. And like behind my ear, there's a little scab in there. Behind my ear, the back of my neck. And the biggest problem area, as always, my hands. The insides of my wrists are actually, well, not this one, great, but they're actually doing a lot better. You can see that one looks better, but this hand, child, this hand, yeah, and it's real like rough. So this is the area that Dr. Aron would want me to put the undiluted steroid cream on. Some of my fingers, trying to get that in focus for you. It's not going so well. But anyways, that finger and then like my pinky on this hand have been going through. Oh, great. That's wonderful. Yep. Okay, we're back. Great. Yeah, my arms. Yeah. Just a lot going on. Oh my gosh. Okay, you can also see the outside of my arms here. Yeah. Now I didn't really have eczema in this area the last time that I filmed. It was just the inside of my elbows. But I got that going on both arms. There's a little patch right there. There's also a patch on my back. And let's see this other arm, see what's going on. Just the most. There's like a patch on the outside of my thigh, my left thigh, and then a patch on my left calf. So that's my skin. And it was worse than this, like a week ago. Yeah, the final week of Dreamgirls. Like even this area was more inflamed, and I just remember I was on stage and like my neck was burning and this was burning, and you know, I had like stage makeup on over it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, why did I eat that gluten and that dairy? But really, like it was, and that sugar, but yeah, it was, I think the whole process I had been fine, but like that last week, it was really flaring up and it was really bothering me. So, like I said, focusing on a more plant-based diet, and hopefully that's gonna make a big difference. My skin is already clearing up, so I'm just gonna keep, oh, I got a juicer too. Didn't even say that. I got a juicer, so I've been doing like green juices every day. I also watched Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And if you haven't seen that, I recommend that you watch it. But it's about this man who basically healed himself of health issues that he had. He also had a skin, I forget what the disease was called, but he had a disease where, you know, he would just break out uncontrollably, like any random things could trigger it. And so he juiced for 60 days, 40 days. He juiced for a really long time. I think it was 40 days. He went on this juice cleanse and healed himself of his skin disease. You know, like I said, switching to a plant-based lifestyle, I didn't want to do it because it was an inconvenience. I've also felt like I should go on some sort of like juice fast, but I like food and I don't like to be hungry, so it's the same thing. I've been reluctant to do it because it's an inconvenience. And also I have to find a time when like my schedule will allow it, where I'm not like in rehearsal or having to dance or whatever, because I'll just be mad and have no energy in the first few days. So that might be something that I do. If I do it, I'll document it and put it up, of course. But this is what's going on. I'm working on being better. That's why it took me so long to update my blog. I was ashamed of what's going on, but this is a part of my journey. It's where I'm at. And I think I'm finally at a point where I'm ready to make lasting changes so that I can heal and so that I can be the best me that I can possibly be. So yeah, I'm sure my next update will come a lot sooner than 6 or 7 months. And I'm also gonna put up a post talking about my experience doing Dreamgirls and just combating, you know, the insecurities that I had playing Dina Jones. Cause it was a challenge and it was a journey. And it was a struggle, but it was a great experience. So I wanted to share what I learned from that. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. I will talk to you all soon and give you another update soon. And hopefully I'll be looking a lot better the next time you see me. Ha! All right, take care, y'all.